So, lads, today we're going to be talking about one huge positive from the game yesterday. A massive, massive positive in a game where, look, the Fever pulled it out. Like, had they lost that game, I think it might have been time to just give up all hope in the Indiana Fever. But they didn't, so it's all good. And they clutched it out. Like, again, I literally was watching this game and I'm like, we are choking to the team of choke artists. And if you guys don't know, the Dallas Wings are choke artists. They are absolutely, like... They are absolutely, like, they're chokers. They keep losing. They just keep losing games. And the Indiana Fever pulled it out. But one huge positive was that Michaela Timpson played. And Michaela Timpson, if you guys did not see her play, it is literally with her. She's not there yet. And I mean this, I don't know if she breaks into the rotation this year. I don't know if she ends up being a key player this year, because I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Like, I mean this when I say this. So not every player has to be the done deal immediately. Not every player has to be the finished product on day one. Because that is just not sports. If you expect a player at 23 years old, especially a player who's raw, like Michaela Timpson, to be, like, to be great day one, that's just wrong. But, like, when you compare her to Bree Turner, an unpopular opinion, I think long-term she can have more of an impact than Dantas. I think she can have more of an impact than Dantas. Like, she had 3 or 4 stocks that just weren't called. If you guys saw here, Paige Bueckers passed the ball to the basket, apparently. And I'm still 50-50 if this is a shot or a pass. If this was other players, it would have been given as a shot. I think it was a pass. Either way, they ended up getting a stop out of that play. So, originally in game, I thought it was a shot. But it doesn't really matter if it was a shot or a pass. She did what she did. A really good defensive play. A really, really good defensive play. And if you guys saw, like, some of these possessions right here, she just got robbed of so many blocks. Like this play right here. They come for the handoff. Michaela Timpson plays perfect defense. Absolutely perfect defense. Nobody fouls anyone, and Michaela Timpson comes in with the block. She comes in with the block. Screwed out of that one. And later on in the game, earlier on in the game, like, she got a clear block, and Sophie Cunningham, they just called a foul on Sophie Cunningham. Like, she volleyball spiked the ball. And they called it a foul on Sophie Cunningham. Which is something. And her defensive instincts are not great. I have to admit that. She jumps for pump fakes way too often. She, again, isn't polished. She is not polished at all. But, like, there is potential that by year 3 she's a starter on this team. There is a good chance that Michaela Timpson is a starter beside Leah Boston on her rookie deal. There is a good chance that Michaela Timpson is a starter while Caitlin Clark's on her rookie deal. And this is why it got so frustrating watching Bree Turner. And we saw what Timpson did in preseason. We saw what Timpson did in Florida State. It got so frustrating. And this is one of those things where it's like, everybody is... It's funny because people are like, oh, the coach is clearly... This is one of those things that I'm like... I always, as somebody that's been a fan of sports my entire life, there's a lot of time the coaches do not know better. Like, a lot of the time, the fans see things the coaches don't. Because people are like, oh, maybe she doesn't practice well. It's like, I don't give a damn about practice. And that's one of the problems with some coaches. Some coaches get, like, overly focused on how a player practices, and they ignore what a player brings. Or, like, there's a player that maybe does one specific thing or has one trait that they love, and they give that player the longest leash we've seen, imaginable. We all know that. We all know that. Every single coach has flaws with that, and no coaches are immune. And let's be real. Anyone who's coached sports, we're not immune to it as well. Like, we see certain things, and sometimes we're blinded by our own vision that we can't see what is the obvious situation. Is that Michaela Timpson is better than Bree Turner is today. And not only that, Michaela Timpson was way better yesterday than she was the game before. She was way better yesterday than she was against the Sparks, even though I didn't think she was terrible against the Sparks. And Not only that, she was way better. She's going to get better and better and better as the season goes on. Like, by the playoffs, Michaela Timpson should be pushing for a rotation spot. I'm not saying she should definitely be in the rotation, because saying that means that she breaks in over Dantas, because I don't think both of them are in the rotation in the playoffs. I think there's a chance she gets in over Dantas. I think there is. But she has all the athletic ability in the world. She has all the athletic gifts in the world. Like, Michaela Timpson, for me, is the player that the Indiana Fever need to keep no matter what. Like, I think she is a diamond in the rough, and it just is all on their development staff. It's all on their staff who apparently are good for player development. Michaela Timpson, by the way, is playing for Prague next year in EuroLeague. She's playing for the EuroLeague champions. She is playing for the EuroLeague champions. Albeit, like, if you guys don't know the way the EuroLeague contracts work, she's not signed there for the full season. So she's signed there for the start of the season. What most of the teams do is, if they're confident of getting to the playoffs, they'll sign a cheaper import player, which is American. They'll sign a cheaper import to start the season. And then when it comes to the playoffs, they'll sign a more expensive import. Like, it's just, like, overseas ball is absolutely ruthless. Like, teams do it in every league. Teams do it in the league that I coach in. Like, it is very common that a team will hire a cheaper, younger, unproven rookie pro on a cheaper deal. And, like, I would not be surprised if Michaela Timpson is on. Like, knowing the contracts of some, like, there's been some NBA players that come over to Ireland in their offseason. I would say, based on not really playing much, everyone's saying the overseas players get paid a lot. Yeah, if you're MMS, you get paid a lot. But, like, for Michaela Timpson, my guess is that if she's 4 months in Prague, she's probably making maybe 8 or 9K a month, 7 or 8K a month. I'd say she's probably making 7 or 8K a month. But then when they go into the playoffs, they're probably going to bring back Ezi Magbagor, and they might bring back another high level WNBA player. And again, like, I've made a mistake to say Alyssa Thomas played with Fenerbahce. She didn't. She played with Prague. But they might try to bring back an Alyssa Thomas. She'll probably play in Unrivaled. Like, a lot of these players are going to be still playing overseas. Like, heck, if you guys didn't see it with Kayla McBride, Fenerbahce had Ariel Atkins, and then they fired Ariel Atkins to bring back Kayla McBride for playoffs. So, like, even Unrivaled players aren't immune to being called up. So I do think when it comes to Michaela Timpson, that it's going to be a lot of good experience. Playing in a good league, she's to play against the top players in the world, and I think she's going to come out big. And look, if she's killing it, then she signs that bigger contract in Europe. Like, she's killing it. Like, again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 8 or 9K a month. That's just my prediction, and maybe less. It might be less money, it might be more, but she's definitely not in the making 6 figures. I don't think she's not making 6 figures for those 3 months. Absolutely no chance. As a temp import. But at the end of the day, if she's killing it and they want to keep her for the rest of the year, which I think there's a chance of that happening, then she goes and is signed, or she goes and makes more money. Or if they don't want to keep her, it doesn't really matter that much, because she then gets to go play in another league. She gets to go play in another league where she can maybe have a bigger role and be like a top tier player. And I think that just long term there is that potential. And, like, the fact is, again, clearly, if Prague have signed her, if a EuroLeague team has signed her, clearly they see something in her. The Indiana Fever, every single fan can see something in her. And I understand as a coach if you're trying to win. I understand as a coach maybe not playing her because she is error prone. She's error prone. She's young. She's 20. What age is Michaela Timpson? She plays like she's a 19-year-old. Like, we can be honest. Michaela Timpson plays like she's a 19-year-old. Like, that is not... Like, she's born in 2002, so she'll be 23 at the end of the season. She plays like a 19-year-old. And that can be an issue. But at the end of the day, I'm good with that. I'm good with her playing like a 19-year-old as long as even if she takes 3 or 4 years to develop, we have her on rookie deals till she's 26. So we'll live with that. We'll live with that, because if she plays like a 23-year-old at 26, we'll live with that. We will absolutely live with that. Get her young mistakes out of the way with early, and then we can start to really, really see what she's all about. and whether or not she's there for the future. But right now, you can see glimpses of not star, but elite fourth option. We are seeing glimpses of elite fourth option.